Fifth grade into math lesson 9.3 continue. So part 2. Number 11, model with mathematics. Mark is 4 1/3 feet tall. His brother Sam is 3/4 times as tall as he is. Write an equation to model Sam's height. Then find the height. Okay. So what would be our equation? Times 3/4. Okay. So then that becomes what? What does 4 1/3 become? 13/3 times 3/4. I can simplify. 3 goes into 3 1. 3 goes into 3 1. 13/4, which then becomes what? 3 1/4 feet. Okay, is Sam taller or shorter than Mark? Shorter because because 3/4 compared to 1 is what?
3/4 is almost
no, is less than 1 because 3/4 is less than 1. Therefore, when multiplied, you get a smaller answer. Number 12, attend to precision. For the next city council election, 1 in 5, 6 times as many candidates are running as had run in the last election. In the last election, 24 candidates ran for the city council. Explain how using the distributive property to find the number of candidates who are running for their election. Okay, so we have 24 and we have 1 in 5, 6. So which one is just a whole number? 24. So we're going to put 24, and then with distributive property, we usually have parentheses, right? Okay. So now with our quadrant boxes the other day, we broke apart those mixed numbers, right? We broke apart the whole number from the fraction. So what can I break 1 and 5, 6 apart to? 1. Okay. Oops. Got ahead of myself there. Okay, so 1 plus the 5, 6, right? And then if we added those together, we'd still get 1 and 5, 6, correct? Okay, then distributive property, you plug the stuff through, okay? So basically, you go here, and then when you have that parentheses right beside another number, what does that mean? Multiplication, right? Okay, so we would have 24 times 1 plus, so we'd have 24 times 1 plus what? 24, so I have to plug it through here too, right? 24 over 1 times 5, 6, correct? Okay, so then what is 24 times 1? 24, right? Plus, here, can I simplify before I work it out? Yes. So 6 goes into 6, 1. 6 goes into 24 4 times. So 4 times 5 is 20, and then you have 20 over 1, which is 20. So our answer is 44 candidates. On your own, a puppy weighs 2 7/8 pounds. Carla feeds the puppy 3 ounces of food for each pound that the puppy weighs. How many ounces of food does Carla feed the puppy? Write a multiplication equation to model the problem. So we have our 2 7/8 pounds, 3 ounces. How many ounces of food does she feed the puppy? Okay, so we're going to do what? 2 7/8 times what? 3, which equals, so we have to make that into a mixed or an improper fraction. So 8 times 2 is 16 plus 7 is, what was it? 23. 8 times 3 over 1. Can I simplify that before I start? No. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is, and then 8 times 1 is 8. So 69 divided by 8 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 69 minus 64 is 5. So 8 and 5/8. Can I simplify that? No. So 8 and 5/8 ounces. Number 14. Desiree writes songs for her band. Her first song is 3.5 minutes long. Her second song is 1.5 times as long as her first song. Her third song is 2/3 times as long as her second song. Okay, so the first one is 3.5 minutes. The next one is 1.5 times as many, and the third one is 2/3 as much as the second one. So, how many minutes long are the second and third songs? So for the first problem, we need to take what? 3 and 1/2 times 1 and 1/2. So 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So 7/2 times 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So we get 21/4, which equals 5 1/4 minutes. Okay, and then this is for the second song, right? Okay, so then the third one, we need to convert that 5 1/4 to an improper fraction. So 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1 is 21/4 times, what did it say, 2/3? Can I simplify before I start? Yep, 1, 7, 1, 2. So 7/2, which equals 3 1/2 minutes. And this is for the third song, right? Okay. What equations did you use to model the length of each song? So basically they want these right here. So we did that 7.5 times the 3.5, okay? And then we used the 21/4 times the 2/3, okay? Brian spends 1 3/4 hours carving the parts for a model airplane. He spends 3 times as long assembling and painting the model. How many hours does Brian spend carving, assembling, and painting the model? Explain how you found your answer. So we're just going to show it. So he spends this much carving it, then he spends three times as much assembling and painting. Okay, so 4 times 1 is, plus 3 is 7. So 7/4 times 3 over 1. Can I simplify? No. So 21/4, right? Which equals what? 5 1/4. Is that my answer? No, because that's how much he spent assembling and painting. We still have to add back in what? The carving part, because they want all 3 things, right? Okay, so plus 1 3/4. So it's a 2-step problem. We saw some of those yesterday, didn't we? Okay, so 1 plus 5 is 6. 1/4 plus 3/4 is 4/4. So that equals 7 hours. Number 16, use repeated reasoning. To make a batch of lavender paint, 3 different types of paint are mixed together. 1.5 gallons of white, 1/2 gallon of red, and 2 gallons of blue. Ronald wants to make 2 2/3 batches of lavender paint. How much of each paint color does he need? So basically, we're going to take each one of those times 2 2/3, right? Okay, so you guys can write down there. I'm going to write over here. So white would be 2 times 1 is what? 2 plus 1 is? So 3 halves times, what's 3 times 2 is? 6 plus 2 is 8. And I can simplify. So 1, 1, 1, 4. So 4, what's our label? Gallons. Okay. So then red would be 1/2, and then we already said that's times 8/3, right? Okay. So that gets us 8/6, which gets us what? 1 2/6, which gets us 1 1/3, and then gallons. Oh, I said the, oh, no, I did say the right. Oh, we did simplify it. Oh, yes, we could have before we started. That's okay. We didn't get too big a number, right? Okay. And then blue. So blue is what? 2 gallons, right? So 2/1 times 8/3, which gets us what? 16/3, which gets us 5 1/3.